All right, welcome on in everyone to this episode of First CSP, the channel dedicated to bring you the first council shoulder patch issued from each council in Scouting America. Today we're going to take a look at Teton Peaks 107 out of Idaho. Council was a name change in 1925 from Idaho Falls and lasted up until 1993 when it merged with Tendoy area to form Grand Teton 107. Got a couple of patches to take a look at, starting with the first issue here on the patch table, the T1 with its yellow border, red background, white letters. It is notably 56 millimeters tall and 136 millimeters left to right. The dimensions here are a bit more important because the first issue T1 and the second issue T2 are very, very similar to one another. So this is the T1. It is a cloth back. Ours is a little thin, but still in relatively good condition. Let's see if we can move that up and get right below it the T2. So you can see there's no defining characteristics that are different. The description is going to be the same: yellow border, red background, white letters. There is a bit of a size difference. You can see how much tighter this one is to the border is to the lettering. The lettering also is quite a bit thinner stitching on the T2, which is probably one of the easiest giveaways between the two. They do list the T2 as 52 by 134. Again, the font style definitely being much thicker on the T1 is a giveaway. You get a lot more spacing for the border because it's the taller of the two patches. This one quite a bit tighter between the two. This one also is a cloth back for the T2. It also, as far as production styling, does look a little bit more updated than the older T1. But here you can see them right next to each other. Again, looking at the lettering, one of the best differences to be able to catch. Ours is also a little worn. I would expect this, if it was brand new, would be a brighter red. There may be a little dirt over the edges for that one. So there may be some T1s that exist that match this in brightness. The colors are a little bit more subdued on the T1 for me, but I don't know if they were when it was brand new and kind of mint. After the T1 and T2, they started with the S3 versions. S3 was previously broken into two variants, A and B. Now they just call it S3 with a variety of ranges with colors and height, but they've here added now the BSA and the fleur-de-lis in the dark blue, and so it's very easy to pick the S3s. Obviously they're also not twill patches, they're solidly embroidered from the T1 and T2, but the T1 and T2 are the ones where you'd want to be very careful in identifying what you have. The T1s, there's just not many of them, so the value is quite a bit higher than the T2s. On the S3s, we believe this was formerly an S3A. The difference between the A and B is a bright yellow border versus a golden border. We do believe this to be the bright yellow of the two, but more modern collecting guides are just going to list all of them as S3s. Well, I hope you guys have enjoyed this episode of First CSP. We'll be back again tomorrow with another brand new episode, just like we do every single day. I want to thank you all for making us a small part of your day, tuning in, liking, subscribing, sharing, all the things to support the channel as we continue to grow. We love getting this content out to everyone and having it there for the future as a reference for those interested and collectors, etc. I want to thank you again, and we'll be back tomorrow. Until then, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day.